Put it down.
Try 1379. She changed it. What's the what are you doing? I know yours. Getting little squares.
Oh, do you invert the color? She probably would have remembered she did that.
Okay. Let's start with the first one. I want to try and get through all of them, so you need to listen up. All right, first question we have on here is straight from the president and the elections, and it's traditionally the chances of incumbents being elected over other candidates are much greater. Explain who are incumbents. This is a little bit different from the original question because I'm asking you to explain who are incumbents, and then this is what the question was like before. Why do they have this advantage in an election? So let's start with first, who are incumbents? Already hold office, that's right. People who already hold office. All right, so they're already there. Now, why do they have advantages? Now, many of you did not give enough information on this, so you need to be thinking about it. What, did you have something? Yes, right off the bat, it's experience. Okay, what else? What else?
They have something to show for what they did, or somebody that's new coming in that doesn't have that.
All right, so right, so it's their work experience. Okay, yes, their work experience. What else can I say? Their job results. Okay. Now, what else? If I give you a hint, credit. Okay. Credit taking. They take the credit for work that they've done. Whether it's theirs or not, they'll take the credit even if it's been a joint process. So, what else do they do because they're in the limelight? Or what do they have the opportunity for because they are in the limelight? Oh.
They have the free.
What? All right, yeah. Media or press conferences, yes. They have the press. They're able to have free. It's free. They don't have to pay for any of the advertising. It's free because they're already a member. They're an incumbent. So they are able to take credit for stuff. They see their job results, which would include, remember, pork barrel legislation, which focuses directly on the area that they represent. It provides them, that area, with all kinds of maybe new opportunities, maybe new jobs, maybe better roads, any number of things. This is the pork barrel legislation. Okay, so if you talk about this, you have a pretty solid answer. Don't forget to do this in paragraph form. If I don't say list, everything is an essay. I'm getting a lot of answers that are you're just listing stuff. And these are essay questions. You need to use your writing skills. Any questions about this? Anything that you need clarifying?
What do you mean their job results?
Well, what I was trying to say is the things that they've done within their job. And like this, in this case, the pork barrel legislation would be an example. Or it could be that they have supported a law that you support. And so you see them as they're doing their job. Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Thank you for asking that. Okay. Anybody else have any questions about it? Something need that explanation? Better explanation? Anybody else need to write? Okay, I'm going to move on. Okay. All right, so now, and these are in no particular order. They were, as I was pulling off of the exam as it stands right now. So I do not have them in a specific order. Article 1 of the Constitution establishes the legislative branch. Sorry, it kind of goes off the edge there. I'll fix that. This article spells out, please. This article spells out the powers and privileges of Congress. Compare and contrasts the two houses of Congress as it relates. There, did I get that? Yeah. As it relates to their powers and privileges. Give at least 3 examples within your answer. All right. This is one directly from the test that you guys just took. I have to say that I got some really interesting answers. Let me spell out a couple things right now. First of all, there are 2 houses in the legislative branch. What are those 2 houses called? Senate and House of Representatives. I had some folks who were not sure of that. I thought that was clear, but I want to make sure it's clear now. Okay? So there are that does identify Congress. And Congress is the same thing as the legislative branch. Congress is the legislative branch. That was another one that I think threw some folks, that Congress, they were trying to make Congress different than the 2 houses. They're the same. Okay. The word Congress is used to just describe both houses at one time. Okay, so compare and contrast the 2 houses of Congress as it relates to their powers and privileges. Give at least 3 examples of your answer. Now, many of you wrote down the qualifications between the Senate and the House. That's one example. That's not, those 3 qualifications are not 3 examples. They're just the identification of the qualifications. And I shared that at the beginning of the test. Do not use that. It'll only be counted as 1. So, feel free to use that again, but just remember that's 1 qualification, or that's 1 example. Now, so I'm going to write that down just because everybody seemed to have written that. So, qualifications of House of Representatives and Senate. Okay? That's 1. Now, give me something else. What's another example in this comparing and contrasting?
How long they're elected for?
Okay. How long they're elected. That is definitely, there is definitely a difference there. How long they're elected. Now tell me, what's the difference? Senate is how long? For how long? 6 years. 6 years. Okay. So Senate is 6 years. What about the House of Representatives? I'm sorry. I stood. Shh.
Is it 9?
No, you're thinking something else. 2 years, right? Elected. You were thinking of 9 years resident. So yeah. No. How long elected? Senate is 6 years. House of Representatives, 2 years. Okay. Another thing that I heard that bothered me a little bit, and I think it was as people were using their notes. Oh well, I think it was some folks that did not have notes. Went on and looked at probably online to try to find something to answer this question, and they came up with that the Senate is the most powerful house. And although they are the upper house, the House of Representatives and the Senate are pretty balanced in terms of power. The difference is the Senate represents the states. The House of Representatives are more directly connected to the people. Now that makes a difference, okay? And that would be an example you could use. But to say one is more powerful than the other is really really not saying the truth. They are responsible for different things, and their power lies in different areas. Right now, the economy. Who is it that Mr. Boehner, just gave it away. Who is Mr. Obama talking to about the economy and the fiscal cliff? John Boehner. Who is the head of which House of Representatives? He's not talking to the senators, he's talking to the House of Representatives. Because the tax laws originate out of the House of Representatives. So there's power in each one. Don't want you to get that mixed up or confused. All right, so what can we write as the third one then? What can we write as the third one? Third thing.
What do you do the Senate is focused on the state and stuff?
Yeah, you can identify that. That would be fine. You could say, and there's a lot more, but Senate represents state, House represents people. Okay, but one thing I want to make really clear to you, who votes for both of these? Who puts them in office? Come on, this is not the people. Everybody votes for these guys. Everybody votes for these guys. The difference is the senators try to look at the state as a whole, and the representatives try to look to the district they represent. Okay? Right. Is that clear? Now, as you look at your notes, there's several more things. This is just a small example of that. You didn't talk about, I talked about it a little bit, but the tax laws, you can identify that the Senate, the House is the only one that can present a tax bill, and the Senate can amend it, but they cannot introduce it. You can also talk about impeachment. Many of you did talk about impeachment. The House is permitted to impeach. The Senate is permitted only to do what? How do you find out if they're a trial? They're the trial. They're the trial to find out if they're guilty or not. Right, so right there's a few. Okay. So don't necessarily limit yourself to that. If you can find some others, by all means. Right. Let's move on. All right, I'm not going to spend hardly any time on this one at all. This is just exactly what it is. You list the 8. And I don't think very many of you missed that one at all. If you did, it was only because you didn't answer it. I had a few who just didn't answer it. What? Yeah. I think it was one of those where they thought they'd come back to that, be last, and then just forgot about it. And I'm hoping that's it.
Yes.
I'm hoping that's it. All right, so let's move on. Political parties have played a major role in the United States almost from the beginning of our nation. They have influenced, should be D there, they have influenced how this country changed over the years. Identify the 2 main parties, political parties in the United States today, and identify the type of issues they are primarily concerned with. All right, so who are they? This should be a no-brainer.
Me.
Democratic and Republican.
Very good. Democrats and Republicans. Okay, what is each primarily concerned with?
Republicans are more concerned with business, economy.
Right, business and economy. Whoops, that should be an E in there. An economy, okay, that's an E, sorry. All right, what about the Democrats?
Social issues.
Yes, social issues. Now, last time on this test, I got a little concerned that people were saying Republicans, they had it right, Republicans, economics, business, they're not really concerned with people. The Democrats are concerned with social issues, and they're concerned with people. Okay, let's make sure we're clear on this. Business and economics, who does that directly affect?
People.
The people. So let's be careful. It's not, which is a lot of what the media sometimes wants to do, is they want to eliminate the people factor out of the economy. It's all about the rich. The reality is, the economy benefits all of us. And as long as the economy is strong, we all benefit. And so do not let sometimes, and I'm not saying that's what the Democrats say, I'm saying that's what the media says. The media is good at saying that there is a difference, and that the Democrats pay only attention to the people, and the representatives or House of Representatives, the Republicans only concerned about the economy. You can't separate. You cannot separate. Okay. We clear on this?
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Clear as mud?
Yeah.
As my dad used to say?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, good. So moving on. All right. After a bill has been introduced in Congress, it must go through a process in each house before it becomes law. Okay? Once it has passed both houses, it is presented to the president. There's your question now. Explain the options the president has under the presentment clause. What's the first option that he has?
Veto.
Yes, sign or veto. Okay, sign or veto. Now, what else? That's not the only thing. What else? Right, he can refuse to sign. Refuse to sign, and then what are the options? There's two options that go with this then. If he refused to sign, it can pass if what?
Congress is in
Oh.
session.
Right. Passes if Congress is in, that's in session. What can happen next then? Somebody different.
A 2/3 vote.
Maybe not to that right yet.
Oh.
Hang on to it. This is it. Let's finish this part. Remember that, because I'll come back to you. Okay. Okay. Here's the big thing. Congress is in session. What happens if they're not?
If they aren't,
They adjourn, it's a pocket veto.
Very good.
You know it all.
Hot pocket veto. Oh, I mean,
Hot pocket veto.
pocket veto.
That's the way to do it.
That's the way to remember it. That's right. Hot pocket.
That's right.
Hot pocket veto. All right. So, he can sign or veto. If he refuses to sign, it passes if Congress is in session. It becomes a law without his signature. Or if Congress adjourns, it becomes a pocket veto, and it's dead. Now, Lucas, what is the one more option that the Congress has? I thought it was you that said it. Maybe it was someone else.
2/3 vote.
2/3 vote. Running out of space here. Okay. Congress
Bad biscuits, baby.
can override with 2/3 vote. Okay, so what it's saying, if they pass with 2/3, now it's Congress, not Senate or the House of Representatives, it has to be Congress, all of them, have to pass it with a 2/3 vote. Then, very difficult, does not happen. Very, very seldom. Okay, so, here's like the first thing you can talk about, second thing you can talk about, third thing you can talk about. Okay. If one is missing, because all of that needs to be there in this answer. One is missing, you're going to be losing points. Yeah. Okay. Because this is, so. Anybody still writing? Amanda, you done? Okay. All right, I'm going to move on. Okay. I better see all of you getting the perfect on this. All right. What formula is used to select the number of electors in the electoral college? Ooh, simple. You do not have to write this out. This is a give me the formula, that's it.
Number of districts plus 2 senators.
Okay, number of districts plus 2 senators. Okay, equals electoral college. Okay, there you go. Number of districts plus. So that's like a 10-second answer right there. Da-da-da-da, and you're done. Yes?
Is our test going to be on the computer?
Yep. Yep. Computer. I have those. Okay? I've already scheduled them. We're set, ready to go.
What day is it? Wednesday? Wednesday? No, it's the 23rd.
It's 21st. It's the last day.
On Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We have class on Wednesday. We have class on Wednesday. And then on Friday is your exam.
Ms. Kinsman, do they actually still have to physically vote, or is there a process where they have to?
They have to vote. It's in the Constitution. They must vote. Yeah.
It must be Wednesday because we're first block.
The 21st.
Yeah, we're Wednesday.
I can't wait.
Oh, I have that bad. I cannot keep my Brown and Welsh classes straight.
I know, I was like, she tried this 21st.
I don't
She's
have a
right.
process.
They're right. They're right. They're right.
So I keep it cheap.
Yeah, I know, I was like,
You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. My bad. All right. So.
White and Polish.
All right. So yes. Government here.
we have ours Wednesday, first block.
First one. I still did it.
Big old.
Yes. And then this.
Have they ever voted? Kids, what?
You're gonna go.
Yeah.
You can just
Yeah.
grab one from the.
How can they get by with that?
Because it's the final vote is the electoral college choice. It's not popular vote. Jefferson was an example of that, and so was Gore and no, not Gore.
Do you understand these? That you do?
Can't think of his name. Yeah, it's been like 2 or 3 times. Okay, we gotta move on because we're running out of time. All right. Crap. We are not gonna make it. So because we only have a minute left, right?
No, we have like 5 minutes.
Oh, that's right. The time does change a little bit, doesn't it? 59. Yes. Okay. Every place in the world has a government, and every place in the world has a government. Sometimes it is as simple as a head person. Sometimes it is extremely complicated, like us. Okay. Explain the purpose and need of government.
Order. Control of society.
Very good. Order. What else? Keeps order.
Keep it in,
Nothing on school.
like, people doing crazy stuff, there's no,
All right, well, that would be order.
all you need to
Okay.
Not turning on my school.
All right, anything else? Provide what?
financial stability.
Protection.
That's because you, I guarantee you'll know. Oh my God.
Protection, what else?
Provide what?
Stability, protection,
Okay.
what else?
Yeah, you did. You got mine? It's there, I mean.
Yeah, but I want to hear the words.
You said it goes.
Okay, it's right there. Explain the purpose and need for government.
Oh, no.
Provide order, provide stability, provide protection. Is that it?
You gotta have protection, stability, order.
Anything else? Nothing? You got nothing? Got nothing. Can you not think of anything that would be,
Give us a hint.
well, I did, in that providing stability, providing protections, providing for,
2 days?
about,
You need
how to
jobs.
say this. Okay. Special needs would be, what kind of special needs might we have? Come on, guys, focus. Okay, there we go. Education is one.
It's so hard. Yeah, it's so hard.
Social needs might be another. You can expand that question. You can expand that answer. All right, let's try to get one more in before we get out of here. All right, this one goes back into our first 9 weeks question, and shoot, I don't know that we'll have enough time for this one. You know what? I'm gonna look. How many more questions do we have left? Okay, we only have 2 left. Let's finish those next class. All right, we'll finish these next class. Then we'll go over questions. Please be quiet and listen. We'll go over the multiple choice stuff briefly, and then hopefully you'll be ready. Okay, so now let's clarify this for the 25th time, since I have really confused myself and you. This class test is Wednesday. First block. Wednesday. First block. Hear me. Wednesday. 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 When's Wednesday? Wednesday. Chris, it's Wednesday. Kaylee, it's Wednesday. Abby, it's Wednesday.
We got 1 minute left.
Wednesday, Wednesday, Wednesday.
30 seconds.
You're at like 5 minutes.
We're jealous that you're your high
So
school.
I'll be that high school. I have the highest high school. So you don't know anything about me in my high school. Jetpack right here. Come in, take off.
Like that.
I'll go to school. Go to school. Trust me, Jack.
I don't care.
Things gotta happen.
You need Joe. You gotta get Joe.